Hello, everybody.
Hi.
We are live. Let me pull it up on my phone. Are we live? We should be live. There's always a lag when I press live if we actually are. We're live. And we're here with Lisa. Woo!
Special guest.
So excited for you to be here.
Even though you were both here last night.
Yeah.
Yes.
Different segment. Next time I want to do, we talked about, I think, in the indie section, just like a whole night of historical and break that up by subgenre. Because it was just a lot easier.
Trope?
Yeah. So, like, it could be like Highlander romances for an hour and like something else. I don't know. Or just historicals all night. Because I can talk about historical romances.
Yeah. We could do it for next round, whenever that is.
Yes. We did what in the summer?
Yeah.
What does your shirt say, Lisa?
It says, I'll only watch one episode, and then it says, okay, maybe one more season.
And Lacey, you have your Bridgerton.
Yes.
Ooh.
And then I have
Great.
my donut one. Okay. We're here to talk about this book, but we're gonna first talk about what we are currently reading. People can join. Well, we all have ours. Yay.
Mm-hmm.
Lacey, you want to start?
All right. Well, I've been reading more of The Doctor by Nikki Sloan, which is an age gap forbidden romance. She sleeps with her ex's dad. So birthday girl vibes. It's been hot so far, which is great.
Okay, you like it?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm super hyped now because Riley really liked it. Lisa.
Oh, me? Okay, so the book that I'm reading right now is called A Taste for Love by Jennifer Yin. And this one is an enemies to lovers YA contemporary romance involving a girl who is like the daughter of this like really famous Asian bakery store in Chinatown. And it's like really cute. It's really good. And it talks a lot about food and like Chinese bakery buns. And it made me really crave buns. And our guy is very grumpy, very stoic, does not talk a lot. And when he does talk, it's insulting her. So I really like those vibes. And I'm really enjoying it so far. It's so cute. It's so sweet. And I think Bree from In Love with Words read it and she really enjoyed it. So love it.
Lacey, weren't you reading this?
Yes, I was. But after I finished Accidentally Engaged, I needed something hot. So I went with this one. I'm heard about a third of the way through Flow Plan.
I've heard it's sad.
Yeah. I mean, her boyfriend committed suicide.
I don't know what it was about.
Yeah. So now she's traveling on the boat that they were supposed to go travel on by herself.
Oh, that's sad.
Mm-hmm.
I requested a physical copy of that book from St. Martin's Press, and then they said that they were going to send me a copy, and I think it's just stuck at customs somewhere. I think it's going to come like 2 months later, because that's always what's happened with St. Martin's Press with me, so I won't start it until I have the physical, I guess.
Do they not have a Canadian?
Pardon?
They don't have a branch in Canada?
No, they don't. I beg when I want arcs from them. Like I just no shame, because their books are so good. So like I just take my sweet time, and then they think I'm snubbing them because they think that like I sent you all these books. Why aren't you promoting them? And I'm like, it's because I don't receive them yet. I got like a fall package in January, and I was like, what? Like it was fall releases package.
They even send us our packages really late.
They do.
Yeah.
Ours are like a month late though. I feel like it's like, oh, here's your February TBR, and it's like March.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
I just started His Beauty by Jack Harmon. So, and I really like it. I mean, like it's like
great.
Dad disappeared and like she went after him. She just found him in the dungeon. So I'm really early on. But then I just finished To Be Alone with You, I think, the Jodie Slaughter novella. And it was really cute. I really liked it. It's fun. It's an age gap. He's 41 and she's 31. And she had like asked him out when she was 21 and he was 31. And he's like, no. And so now it's like
now it's more age appropriate.
Yes. And that's what he says. He's like, no, you were young when you first like asked me out. But it's a quarantine romance, so they're like stuck together. which wasn't as bad as I thought it'd be because I'm hesitant to read any quarantine romances. Not like he's in the coronavirus or something.
Yeah. Okay, but how is that set up that they have to be forced to be together and quarantine?
She was like staying at his guest house because her mom helped him like start his career. So she wanted a vacation. So she went to his guest house, which is like secluded in the woods. And then that was when California shut down. So she just stayed there.
Yeah. I feel like quarantine romances have to have characters who have like really strong ethics and morals to like stay with the stranger that they are in with like the same house with. Because even then I'll be like, I think I'm good. I'll leave. I'm going home. Like, bye. Like, you know?
Yeah, but it was cute because they're like, oh, well, I have neighbors that are really old about a mile away. I'm going to call them and see if they need me to pick up groceries for them. And I'm like, oh, that's so cute. It was nice. What were our ratings?
It was going to be a 4, but I had to bump it down to a 3.5.
Me too.
I gave it 2 stars.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so sad.
So what did you not like?
I have a list.
Okay.
And one of the, I don't know if this is like insulting to anybody, but the foot fetish.
Oh yeah.
I have not read a book with a guy with a foot fetish, and I did not enjoy.
Not to yuck anyone's yum, but it was also new to me to read it in a book.
No offense.
I've never read that.
But
yeah, I just don't understand like why was it included? Was it supposed to be cute or was it just supposed to be sexy?
Especially when it was closed door. Like
right.
But yeah, and she made fun of it.
Seduced him.
Yeah, she did.
She's like, let me stick my foot through this door. And he was like, oh.
Through the slight gap of the door.
It was so weird.
I agree, yeah. I read the Chai Factor, and it did include the 2 characters from the Chai Factor, like Duncan and the other girl. So she was in it too.
The best friend.
The first book?
Yeah, I read the first book. It's from HarperCollins, though. It's not from Forever Romance.
Did you like it?
And it was no.
Oh.
Did you read it, Lacey? Did you read the Chai Factor?
No, I didn't. This is my first time reading her.
Because I liked the couple.
Yeah. The Chai Factor was written a lot differently. Like it started off like kind of like romantic comedy, but it quickly dove into women's fiction, and it talked a lot about like racism, and it talked a lot about like Islamophobia. I think that's what you call it. I don't know how you call it. But and then it talked about like how, because what happened was that Duncan's, not to spoil it, but like the main thing was that Duncan's family was kind of racist towards Muslim people. And then that really hurt her because she was Muslim herself, I think. And then so that was like the main problem that the characters had to deal with and overcome, that the family was just racist.
They do bring it up in this book, though.
Was they own the farm or no? Was that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they do.
We do have a 4-star.
I am curious about the brother, because it seems like they would have a book, you know, the brother and with his pregnant wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was shocked though, because we talked about this a little bit yesterday in our live show, how this is Fade to Black, but it like looks like all the other, with the illustrated cover, like all the other books that are not Fade to Black, like Tessa Bailey kind of thing. So I was really surprised this was Fade to Black.
Yeah, like with that, you just have to know the author, I guess. But at the same time, Christina Lauren, like they have started doing Fade to Black, and that's annoying.
Right. Did the first one have Fade to Black?
Yeah, I think so. It did. Now that I remember it, like I think it was a lot of Fade to Black scenes. It was disappointing because the Chai Factor started off like really cute and really romantic comedy, but then it just fizzled out. It got boring afterwards. She just, I don't know.
With this book too.
This one felt like it was written very romantic comedy style. Did you guys feel like that the writing was very like fun and flirty?
Yeah.
And so it definitely made it easier to read.
Yeah, I did read it really quickly. Yeah. And I do think like the kind of voice he used was really like different than normal in the beginning and throughout for her. I'm just looking at it. What did you think about the cooking competition?
I didn't care for it. I don't care. Like, I don't care. I don't know why. Like, I don't like anytime when that's just any story though. Anytime when the story focuses on one like main event and we're building up to that event, I don't care. I really just care about the character motivations and like how the character gets there. So
I guess it was kind of nice, but I was expecting more in-person kind of things, you know, like an actual, like the Great British Baking Show in a tent, everyone in a tent just competing with each other, but they were just doing it in their own home.
It didn't feel like a competition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We barely saw the other competitors.
But the Jeffs. They always talk
yeah.
And how the Canadians are just so nice. Everyone got along so well.
Yeah. Oh, Lisa, did you like seeing your city?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, so the Chai Factor was obviously set in Toronto too, so I really enjoyed that. And then when I saw that it was set in Toronto and also in Canada too, I really liked that. It was funny because they were making fun of the Canadian accent about like a boot. And like, oh, boot that, like, don't boot. Like, I was like, okay, yeah, sure. Like, I don't say that, but like, okay. But yeah, I don't know. It was pretty cool. I don't think it mentioned as many parts of Toronto as I hoped it would. Like, it didn't go into as much detail. And now I'm gonna bring back up Jenny Holiday, but Jenny Holiday wrote Bridesmaids Behaving Badly series set in Toronto, and now that featured a lot of scenes in Toronto, so I appreciated that more than this one. So yeah.
I forgot it was in Toronto. Like, talk about it.
Yeah. I don't want to start up tea and I don't want to start up anything because I don't think any of the authors are watching this right now, but like low key, like Farah and Jenny Holiday are in this Facebook book group called Northern Heat. And I was surprised and shocked that she didn't thank Jenny Holiday in the acknowledgements letter. And I was like, what's the tea in that? Because Jackie Lau was a part of it. And I was like, oh, maybe like she and Jenny aren't that close. And then I also don't want to even start more tea. I swear to God, Jenny Holiday, is she watching this right now? She's like, well, like, but I met Farah in like a romance Toronto convention place.
Is that the one you met at?
Yes. She was nice, but she didn't really want to talk to me. And I was like, okay, well, like, I read your book, The Chai Factor, and I liked it. And she's like, okay. And then she just kind of walked away. And I was like, all right, fine, fuck it.
Okay.
I was like, all right. I was like, okay.
Thanks, Jackie Lau, Laura Heffernan, and Roselle Lim. I didn't know Roselle was Canadian.
I don't think she is. She's not. Okay. I think she's just part of the group of her, like her girl tribe.
Mm-hmm.
But she lives in Toronto, so
yeah,
interesting. One thing I was interested in talking about was her relationship with her sister.
Mm-hmm.
And like the first thing I didn't get was she was like, "Well, my sister's article ruined my career as a blogger," and I was like, "One article from one random person would ruin your career as a food blogger?"
I mean, I could see it. Maybe not her by herself, but I feel like the sister started this whole movement. She could have started this whole movement of just being very health conscious. She sparked it, and then that rolled into this heroine's career being ruined, the book being pulled.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see it.
It was just weird. Like, yeah.
She tells her, she's like, "Well, yeah, I did it because I really didn't want you to be successful." And she's like, "Oh, okay." And I was like,
they do gloss over things pretty quickly.
They
like,
did.
First, the sister all of a sudden is super nice. It's like, oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I got whiplash.
Nice. Yeah, it's nice, but there's no explanation, or not that much of an explanation for it.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's weird to keep like going back to the Chai Factor against Accidentally Engaged, but I feel like Farah might be writing for a different audience because she's writing for a different publisher. And this one definitely lacked a lot more substance and lacked more like development in the characters and also conflict resolution. Definitely, for sure. If you read The Chai Factor, you know that The Chai Factor includes a lot more complex issues with the characters and plot. This one definitely lacked, and I think she was playing into the audience of Forever Romance. And I think maybe this one wanted to be like the next Abby Jimenez book or something like that, which I feel like it's great because it's like representation, but it still lacks a bit.
There was a lot of people. Go ahead.
A lot of people do say that there's really good representation here, like in the comments right now. I felt like I could relate somewhat to the South Asian rep, freedom from parents, independence. I even got a comment yesterday on my wrap up. They said, as an Indian, I have been nodding to everything that's been happening in the book. Asian families everywhere have so many similarities. So that's nice.
That is nice. I do think that there was a lot that was like started that like wasn't really fleshed out because they kept on dropping all these things. Like then they talked about her mental health like for a second, but then like lost over it, which would have been really great to go into more depth in for me. But it was like, oh yeah, then I told my sister that like I had to deal with depression and now I take medication for it. And I was like, where did this come from? And like, why don't we talk about this more? So like I liked what it was trying to do, but I feel like it didn't like flesh it out.
Yeah, I agree.
And
like
then,
if they mentioned the depression in the beginning of the book, then it would have been a nice full circle thing. Yeah. But no.
It was a kind of fade to black.
And then I don't know why she was obsessed with how many boyfriends she's had. She's like, well, I've had 12 boyfriends. And I'm like,
that was weird. That was weird.
Like, is that a lot or a little?
Yeah, like that was weird. She's not even old, so she had like 12 boyfriends, and I'm like, is that what it means to be successful? To have all these relationships that kind of didn't work out and to flaunt the number? Like, no offense, no shame to anybody, but I'm just like, I don't understand like what the position was with that number.
Oh my gosh, yes, with the families, all the rival families, I was like, who the heck is this other family, and why do I care about them? Why should I?
I'm so confused. Not fleshed out
at the end when they explained it all, but I was like, who is this Jasmine person and why do we care that she's not engaged? I'm so confused. So I agree with that.
Yeah. That was weird. Yeah, definitely. I felt like the drama at the end, or like, you know, like where everything was revealed, I was just like, what is happening? Like, this is such a, no offense, but this is like such a like a dramatic scene that I would expect from like a Bollywood romance story. And it was just like lots of yelling and fighting, and I was just like,
and I also, this reminded me a lot of what I didn't like about the Cowboy to Remember, how like she knew something happened, but like he's like, don't ask about it, and she's like, okay, and then like that's what comes up, and then she's mad. That's exactly what happened here. He's like, don't ask about my past. She's like, okay, and then like figures out about it, and that's the main conflict at the end, and I'm just like. And then she refused to talk to him. She's like, well, I don't know if he's engaged or not. I'm not going to ask him. I'm just not going to talk to him.
Yeah, she stuck her head in the sand like way too long.
Yes.
It's like, you kind of brought this on yourself.
Mm-hmm. Which is weird. They never talked about his past other than like where he grew up.
He was just like a character, like to fill
it. Wasn't even a big deal, right? Like it wasn't like he did anything terrible.
No.
It wasn't his fault.
No. And it was like he was broken up with her. So why is she mad? It was like the dad that had done it. I don't know. It was weird. And I didn't like even she mentioned it when we first met him. He's like hitting on her, but he's there to try to date or marry like his boss's daughter. Yet he's already like hitting on these other girls. And she's like, well, how did he know? He didn't even know it was me and he still hit on me. Okay. Yeah. Like nothing happened because of that. Anything else you guys like? No, I feel like we are talking about.
Which I do like the friendship group, even though I wish there was more of it. But their friends and the best friend. I mean, I really like them. I felt like it would have been a really fun cast of characters if they were there more.
Mm-hmm. Well, because the one lived far away, right? Because that's the one she
moved.
Oh, I'm gonna come back in like
2 hours.
Take care of him. And she's like, but you'd come and then you'd have to leave right. She's like, I'm gonna do it anyways. I was like, because you're a good friend. I really like your friend. But she wasn't there. Yeah.
I also love that scene where she gives the sourdough starter to him, and then he ends up with 12 jars of them.
Away.
Yeah, that was really
Was
cute.
it Al? What was it? Hers was Brian.
Yeah, his was Al.
Al, yeah. That was funny. I do agree though, like the lice, like the foot fetish, like why?
Yeah, it is pretty random. But anytime I think about lice, I think about Mariana Zapata because she has a scene like that, but it's actually like a better, well-written scene. It felt more meaningful if lice can be meaningful.
Yeah.
Because I was like, yeah, he was like sleeping with someone right when he got there. And I'm like, you're here to try to marry someone. And then you're just like, whatever you want to do. It was funny though, because she's like, what is it, an STD? Like, what are you trying to tell me you have? So that was funny. I don't know if she like was trying to make it a rom-com, but then like trying to make it more serious, and it just kind of like jumbled together and wasn't. Yeah.
That's why I like the first half more than the second half.
I do agree.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just saying. I'm just curious why the rating's so high.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it, but like I'm like, can I see it?
Women's fiction-y audience.
It was much more like on the women's fiction side of rom-com. Yes. But I do think his character didn't have a lot of substance to it.
He was like a paper character, flimsy.
Oh my gosh. And then like I'm talking about like things that are dropped in when her sister's like, oh yeah, by the way, my ex, we used to like invite
my god.
And I'm like,
where did the incest part? The incest part. I was like, are you just gonna casually talk about this?
Oh yeah, and then he was like cheating with his cousin. Did we even know that? I was like, I had to read.
We knew that in the beginning. It was dropped for one sentence, and no one cared about it. I was like, someone's having sex with her cousin. You don't care.
Sister drama was so bizarre and just like casually just talked about like with their family. She's like, oh yeah, we used to like have other people be with us, and then he slept with his cousin, so we broke up. Is the sister gonna get a book? No, she's engaged, so she wouldn't get a book. But I'm just like, what is the point of this sister with all this stuff happening?
Yeah, that was so strange.
It was bizarre. But I did like the videos they did together. Those were cute.
Yeah, I liked how everyone could tell that he was just smitten with her.
And
how kind of like a friend to lovers.
Oh, what'd you say?
Oh, nothing. I was just saying it was kind of like a friends to lovers thing. Like they took time to develop that, and that's always nice. Better than jumping right into it.
They did though jump right into it. What did you think of that?
Yeah.
What do you think about this?
It'd be a better movie than a book. Maybe. I mean, I love watching food stuff, so I would watch more food stuff.
It'll be more like a Hallmark movie. No offense to Hallmark movies, but it's always like good premise, but like execution is always like mediocre in the middle. Like it'll be like that. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if it got converted into like one of those. It made me crave sourdough so bad. Yeah, me too. I really wanted sourdough bread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they say who won the competition?
Yeah, they did.
They did?
At the end, the press release.
Right.
Wait, can we just talk about how the ending was just so perfect? Can we just talk about that too? Like they just got married and I was like,
oh yeah.
I was like, wait, what? Like this is really beginning, middle, end. I was like, what? Like really no. It just works out that perfectly. I was like, wow, this is a really happily ever after.
I thought he like really wanted to go back to, was it Africa he wanted to go back to?
Yeah.
Like he was like so excited to leave and go back to where his hometown was, but then it's like, oh, let's get engaged and married and like live here. And he's like, okay. And I'm like, didn't you have plans? And like she doesn't have a job. I thought she was gonna end up moving with him and traveling with him, but she didn't.
I wanted him to work harder for her, you know, like show more effort. instead of just going with the flow.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
There's some recipes at the end. Does anyone ever make these recipes? I always kind of want to, but I never have.
It should be a video.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody make the video. Somebody make the video. I try books, romance books recipes.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like you cooking.
I should do that.
I do think foodie romances are popular because that's what even the Cowboy to Remember was. She was a
chef, yeah.
That's true. The visa did work out pretty well, but he was working for her dad anyway, so he didn't like need the visa. Is it I haven't started it yet. I have the audiobook for the A Sweet Mess. Isn't that a food one?
Yeah, she runs a bakery.
Okay.
And then he writes a bad review because the cake that he ate was supposed to be meant for like a 5-year-old birthday party. So it was really silly. And it kind of ruins the bakery. So now he's trying to save her by letting her join some cooking competition.
Okay. Did you like that better than this one?
Around the same.
Okay.
We're both Fade to Black.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's so frustrating because like that's the problem with illustrated covers is that you can't tell what it's gonna be. But that's St. Martin's Press too. So is it just like all St. Martin's Press illustrated covers are Fade to Black? Oh, this is Forever. Never mind.
This is Forever.
Yeah,
St. Martin's Press.
A Sweet Mess also turned into like a road trip romance all of a sudden. And I was like, where are we going? Like, I was like, why are we in our car? Why are we traveling? Why did we get stuck? I was like, where are we going? Like, I'm very confused. I thought this was going to be like, you know, like centered around the same area and things like that, but it wasn't. And I was just like, kind of disappointed in that. So, yeah.
What are some good foodie romances? Recommendations?
This one. This one's a solid, like, high 4 out of 5 right now.
Is that the one where they're holding boba?
Yes. I showed you this one because I was like, I have to get it, Lacey. It's Taiwanese American characters and they're drinking bubble tea. And I'm like, I have to read it. And they do drink a lot of bubble tea. So I really like it.
A Fall Love Story, which Lisa still hasn't read yet.
Oh, a love story. A pho love story.
A what?
A pho.
Oh, a
Vietnamese
pho love story.
Vietnamese pho.
Oh my God. Okay. Yes, I haven't read that one yet, but I should read that one very soon. Yes.
And that was really cute because they work for rivaling restaurant.
Romeo and Juliet kind of story.
Make It Sweet was so good.
I really?
liked this one.
Why didn't they make the cover more foodie? Like,
I know, right? It's just the title. But he's a former hockey player. And it takes place on his grandmother's little estate, big estate. So forced proximity. She's like a Daenerys kind of actress. She was on a Game of Thrones kind of show. But she gets killed off. So that's why she's hiding away in this little retreat. He's a chef at the estate and he makes such good food. Like, yeah, he bakes and it's literally like Great British Bake Off type of bakery stuff. So that was really nice. And he loves to feed her. So good.
That reminds me though, did you see Great British Bake Off had like celebrities on it, but we can't get it here yet?
Which one? They have a bunch of them.
The James McAvoy one I want to watch?
I watched that one online. Someone posted it on their website, so I watched
it. Really?
Yeah. I probably have the link still. I can send it. Yeah, that one was a great episode.
He looked all the little gifs I saw like on Twitter. I'm like, why can't I watch this?
Yeah, he was really great.
I don't watch a Great British whatever Bake Off show, but I only watched like clips of it on TikTok. And there's this one guy who's a comedian who doesn't know how to bake at all. And then it was like the scene where the person's like, can you tell us more about your dish? And then he goes, started making it, had a mental breakdown. Now we're here. Bon appetit. Do you know that one? Or am I just going crazy? I just love that guy so much.
I don't know.
Favorite.
There was this question, which I don't know, because I've read other ones that aren't Fade to Black, and like they made it clear that like their culture typically you don't have premarital sex, but she was, and people look down on her for it.
Yeah,
so I don't think like the Fade to Black would be because of it.
Nalini Singh has a book where both the main characters are South Asian, and they're both Persians, but the steam is actually explicit there, so
yeah,
I don't think there's really a connection.
I think it's like an author's choice / publisher's choice. Like I definitely think that they are thinking for the reader groups, and like I'm a moderator on some of like groups for like Harlequin, and I see different readers liking different things. So, you know, me, you, and Jessica really like hot flirty scenes, but then there's a romance group out there that prefer to keep it strictly romance without explicit scenes. So they could be writing for a broader group, and they don't think that, Fade to Black would impact the reading as much. Yeah.
But I just think they don't like market it like that though. So it's just hard to know, like, as the reader, what you're getting. So, because I can see that why people would be mad about the Talia Hibbert series, because it has the same kind of cover on it, so you don't know what you're going to get. So if you have Fade to Black readers picking up that series, they're going to be upset from all the explicit scenes in it. But then when you have like the other readers picking this one up, so I don't know like what the answer is for publishers, like how to market that correctly.
Right, like just have a rating scale on the blurb, steam.
Right.
Yeah. It's funny because these covers are making a comeback. Like, the early 2000s contemporary romances with the mass paperback size, they have the illustrated covers, and now these are making a comeback to paperback size, and a lot of readers are actually angry about it. Like they don't like the illustrative covers, and they think it's lame, and they don't want it. They want to see actual people modeling the books and things like that, or nothing at all, or just like objects, like those like small town romances where it's just a chair on a beach. Like, you just don't know what you're getting.
It's just a random object on the cover.
Yeah.
But I do think it's people say they like it because of the diverse ones. Like they have a lot more options for diverse characters to show them versus like stock photos aren't really diverse, and it's hard to get like the representation you want.
I can see that for indie authors, but publishers, they have a budget. Like Harlequin. Harlequin Desires, like their covers are gorgeous.
True. Lisa, do you have them?
Do you have any to show?
You just hold
them in my room right now. They're outside my room right now, but yeah, like I bought. If you guys want to check out my Instagram stories, like
that's true.
They show real life models who are diverse.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, like quarantine hit, right? Okay, quarantine hit. So like Photoshop now has to happen. So what they're doing right now is they're making the dresses different colors so that you can't tell that like this cover was used for a different book from a different year. Then they're also now piecing together models together so that you're like, oh, like this is a different picture. But if you look really closely at the new books that come out, you can see that her arm is a different shade from his shirt. And you're like, that's photoshopped. And then if you look even more closely, like the hair is like all like messed up sometimes, like against the backdrop of like the green screen. And I'm just like, I can see it's like, Photoshop. But I'm like, but I can't judge you because I still like this book. And I know it's really difficult right now to find models and to like shoot the scenes. But
I remember there was a photo or cover where it was raining, but the graphic designer made the rain upside down. So it was like falling upwards.
That's hilarious.
A Harlequin book.
That's hilarious. Yeah.
But I do think like for the Brown Sisters series by Talia Hibbert, like Avon definitely has a budget that they could have used for those covers, especially because I know that's so popular and a lot of people are probably picking it up and mad about how explicit those books are because they look like they're nice, fun romances.
Did you guys see the post that Helen Huang did where she talked about the kind of cover that she wanted when she was first publishing Kiss Quotient? The publisher asked her what kind of cover she wanted, and she said that she wanted an illustrated one because she wasn't sure that people would pick up a book with like Asian models on the cover.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking more like people wouldn't pick up like a cover with abs on the cover. Like, I know like us, we like it, but there's like a group out there that don't like the really explicit.
I was more worried about the diversity part. But now we're getting the mass market with real people who are very far away.
Oh, that was so pretty. I remember.
I bought it right away. I
pre-ordered it.
No, I pre-ordered it. I was just like, add to cart right now. I'm not getting it from the publisher anytime soon, so I'll just buy it myself. The shade. Penguin Random House Canada. Hello.
Do you guys have this? This one is the Australian one or UK. It's so pretty. She has such a nice
calligraphy.
How's she sign it for you? Are you guys best friends?
Yeah, dude, I reached out before Kiss Quotient release. Be like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to read a book with Asian characters, and we just chatted about our backgrounds and stuff. She's like the opposite of me because I'm mostly Chinese, a little bit Viet. She's mostly Viet with a little Chinese.
I thought you meant like personalities wise. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, okay.
Is the third book coming out this year?
August, hopefully.
Is it? I feel like ARC should be coming soon.
Right. It's 5 months away. I was thinking about that too.
And I haven't seen any.
Yeah. But you would think that they would announce it already if it has to be pushed back.
I don't know. I still don't know what's going on with Tessa Dare's book, so. And they haven't announced
2024 release.
Right. And all she said was, oh, that's wrong. Like, she didn't say what the right date is.
Yeah. Or like she could at least say how far she's writing. How far she's written.
Here.
It's just a placeholder date.
I saw 2022.
Like I guess they updated it.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's even the right date though.
What's taking so long? No offense.
Oh no, the last release is 2019.
Maybe it's a writer's block thing. Like she wants to like make sure the characters aren't stuffy and bad.
Do you guys follow Teresa from Reed's Romance? She did she asked a question about like what people would do if they had like too steamy of covers, and people like, oh, I would completely like bend my cover backwards so people couldn't see what I was reading, and like they would like, I think she said she would tape like a book cover onto it so like people wouldn't see what she was reading, and I'm just like,
that's a lot of effort.
What I was reading.
I did that with 50 Shades. I cut a piece of construction paper out and just stuck it on the top, and so nobody can see that I was reading 50 Shades because I was like on the subway and I was like, I'm still young, so people would have been like, "What are you reading?" And I'd be like, "Don't question me."
Read it and be
that worried. Just read it on your phone or Kindle.
Reader.
That's why people are happy that Kindles exist now, because you can read whatever you want and no one knows what you're reading.
One of like my favorite memories was like when I was on a subway and I saw this like really put together pretty girl, and she was reading an Alexandra Tor book, and I knew it was like an erotica novel because I just knew it. Like I know it, and I was like, yes, me and this girl are the same. She's so put together. She's like,
I mean, it's also if you can show covers, you can find someone who reads something like you know,
and be like this across the subway.
Yeah.
Like, hey. That's a great book.
Back when people rode subways to work.
Yeah.
I don't know if they would end up putting steam levels on book covers, though.
Yeah, it is subjective. It's like,
I was trying to find this. Yeah. I I don't know what would they compare this rating scale to? I don't know. And like this was like it talked about sex, but it wasn't like an explicit scene. So what would you consider that?
Right.
I don't know.
Why don't we like Fade to Black? Like, what's like your personal reason why you don't like Fade to Black? I think it just feels weird when they skip over it.
It just feels like I missed a chunk of time.
Yes, that's me too. It's not like I needed it. Like I need like I'm craving like that hot sexy time. I'm talking about just like it just feels like I just missed 6 pages of time.
And when I was reading the Honeymooners, I remember I got to the end of the chapter and they were about to do it. You know, I was like, all right, let's go to the next chapter. It was the next day, and I was like, excuse me, you just skipped over everything.
Well, and they like to spend so much time building up to it, and then it just like abrupt like breaks next moment, and you're just like, we just had all of this build up, and it just felt like the relationship didn't like flourish like it was supposed to.
We're not authors, but like at what point do you think authors are writing for more the readers than themselves? You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like they're just adhering to like the reader group.
I think everybody who writes traditionally published definitely does that.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, they have to write for their publisher too, right?
Yeah.
It's like publisher expectations.
The publisher really like kind of tells them like, this is what we're looking for.
Yeah, like this is what we don't want.
This one is selling. This idea is selling right now.
Well, that's why I don't understand for Christina Lauren. They were so popular, and then they just all of a sudden decided to do Closed Door, and it's like, but why? It's worked so well for you not to.
That one is a very clear, we're writing for money and audience, which is fine, but you know, your earlier readers kind of
what set you off. Like your whole career was built on that.
Yeah.
I don't know why we're talking about this, like Hating You, Loving You, whatever that book was, the first book after like their like hot and serious series. That book was shit. It was so bad. I was like, what is this?
I didn't even read it. I heard it was really bad.
You didn't read it either? Lacey, you didn't read. It was such a snore fest. I was like, what am I reading right now? I thought it was going to be like hot, but it wasn't. It was written weird. It was written very choppy.
Oh, that one came out after a Hating Game. I remember. So people were like,
oh. And I bet you they named it Dating You, Hating You because of the Hating Game. Just like a lot of covers came out kind of looking like the Kiss Quotient, trying to get people.
Yeah, it was definitely both the Hating Game and the Kiss Quotient that kind of surged this illustrated cover.
That's true, because the Hating Game, it wasn't like really illustrated era, because that was what, 2015?
Yeah, that was before.
Yeah. Interesting. I do think, Lacey, have you read the Soulmate Equation yet?
Not yet.
I lent it to a coworker. Did I tell you this already? I said it.
Yeah.
Okay. And she said she really liked it. So.
But what does she normally like?
Yeah. What's her reading style?
She loves K. Tucker Simple Wild.
I mean, everyone does.
Yeah. And she hasn't liked her last releases either. So she liked this.
Did she tell you what she liked about it? The Soulmate Equation?
She didn't mind. So she has the 2 toddlers, and she hates single mom romances or like single parent romances because she hates kids in romances. She's like, but she didn't mind the child in this one. So
okay.
Oh, no, I don't
think so. It wasn't steamy, but definitely more explicit than this one was.
What is your answer for this?
I gave it a pass if it's like a first time author for me. Like this book, I'm like, fine, whatever. But with Christina Lauren, I was definitely hugely disappointed.
Oh, Kaya Tucker very much so does not.
She has a pen name where she writes erotica.
What is her name for that?
Nina West.
It is Nina West, okay.
But she's transitioning it so that she's publishing it under her K. Tucker name.
I didn't know. Doesn't Dabney Perry also have a pen name?
Willa Nash.
I don't know. We've talked about it before. I don't know how I feel about all these people having like a million pen names and they're like secrets about who it is and like who's writing it. And
I mean, I think the ones that I just really want to know are the smutty novella authors, you know, the ones that we never see their face.
Right.
Alexa Riley. Alexa Riley.
No, we know Alexa.
We know who Alexa Riley is.
We know.
No. I mean, like, you know, when Alexa Riley got canceled and then all these other authors came up surging up here, I'm like, Alexa Riley's behind this. I know something's behind this.
Right? Like
these people are Alexa Riley 2.0.
Their new pen names. But yeah.
Like, it's Alexa Riley's ghostwriters came back.
Yeah.
Well, and then I'm weirded out by all these ghostwriters because like SM Soto kind of implied that it was a ghostwriter who did it, and I'm like, what? Like, I don't mind ghostwriters, but then I feel weird, like, you're saying you, like, is it okay if you say you wrote it, but it was a ghostwriter? Like, that's the point of a ghostwriter, but then I feel like lied to. Like, your name's on it, and you said you wrote it. I don't know. And, like, then what's the point of having a ghostwriter?
What's wrong? Wait, what's with SM Soda? Like, what's wrong with him?
SM Soto plagiarized Kim Jones. And then, like, didn't apologize, and basically, it was a weird post. But then, like, basically said it wasn't their fault. It insinuated someone else wrote it. Like, they didn't know that it was plagiarized. Which I feel like has also happened with an author, too. Like, theirs was I don't remember who it was, but, like, theirs was plagiarized. But they were like, oh, it wasn't me who did it. It was a ghostwriter. Was it LJ Shen? I don't remember. But then there's like indie authors who it could be, I don't know who they would choose. Like there's indie authors who come out with like 6 books a year. And it's like, how are you writing 6 books a year? I don't know if it's a ghostwriter, then how do they choose what's ghostwritten and what's not?
Right.
I don't know.
But Jack Harmon, he is a ghostwriter. He's mentioned it on Twitter.
He is a ghostwriter? Ghostwrites for
authors, but I'm sure there's an NDA, so we can't say.
That's so bizarre. But he's kind of like, I mean, at least in the indie world, like building a name for himself. So I feel like he should just focus on his own. I don't know. But then I'm
makes more money.
What?
Yeah, it is a good side money-making thing.
He probably makes more money.
Publishing himself.
Yeah, maybe he's not as popular as the other people he's writing it for.
That's true. I don't know. Ghostwriting just confuses me. Why authors do it. And then I want to know who the ghostwriters are that are plagiarizing and getting these authors into trouble.
Yeah.
Because that was wild when that happened.
I actually borrowed, right after that whole scandal came out, my library got the audiobook of that Kim Jones book. And I was like,
yeah,
whoever recommended that, shout out to you. But I have it finally. It was a long hold.
Oh, yeah?
But I'm excited.
I've been meaning to read her motorcycle romances. Did you watch our indie romance one yesterday for the live show?
I watched like half.
Oh, okay, because we started talking about your library and how you get everything and how we get a card to your library and we can't because you have to go in person.
Oh, mine?
Yeah. Because a lot of them, I think, use Brooklyn, and I think it's like $50 a year to use the Brooklyn Public Library.
Oh, like out of state?
Yeah, because some do that. They'll let you like pay for an out-of-state card.
Oh, that's weird.
I have like all these indies that I'm super excited about.
How do you get all of those? Oh, who's that? Is that? Yeah.
Mia Hopkins.
Oh, okay. Mine doesn't have audiobooks. Mine will have some of the ebooks. Like Nikki Sloan, they had the one sports romance that they were talking about yesterday on ebook, and it's all Nikki Sloan they have. And then my Hoopla has her initiation series, but that's it.
A lot of, like, it's also partly Audible too. Some of them are Audible exclusive, so the library can't acquire them.
Which is really annoying.
Yeah. Although this one, the Megan Quinn, it's published with Monlake, and I was expecting the audiobook to be exclusive, but it's not.
Yeah, that's Amazon.
Yeah, like the first 3 books are the read and listen for free on KU, but this one's only read for free.
Is there a way, because they were talking about this yesterday, to check and see what's read for free with KU? Like filter it when you look for. Is there a way to see like here's a list?
I have a link on in my description that shows all the read and listen for free audios. Like there's a page for it. It's just
okay.
hard to filter it by genre.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they were trying to figure out. Like, is there a way to find like all the romance books you would want to that are read for free through audio?
And it's a little tricky, but yeah.
I just told everybody to watch your video because you have recommendations in it. So I haven't read too many. I tried reading Christy Caldwell's The Hellion and I didn't like it. And that was the read for free. Listen for free.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't a fan. Lisa, where do you listen to your audiobooks?
The library. I have like three public library cards because I work in Toronto, but I live in a different city outside of Toronto. And then that city's in partnership with 2 other regions. So then I get those library cards. So, but we don't get indie books. We get more traditionally published. And in the city that I live in, there's actually nobody that uses the library, or at least the online library, as much. So that's where I can get all the traditionally published audiobooks like right away. Yeah, like nobody's putting on hold. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to listen to Tessa Bailey, and then I'm going to listen to Samantha Young, and then I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do this. And then like, it's great because I have flexibility. And then also, I think like the Toronto Public Library is acquiring more indie romances, so that's good too, but not audiobooks, just ebooks, but still there, still available. And if you request a title, they can usually fulfill it really quickly.
I usually recommend, I max out my recommendations every week. And I thought I would try to recommend Take a Hint, Danny Brown, or the new one, whichever it was. To see where in line I would be. When it came out and the library got it, I was number 60 something in line. So I just canceled my hold.
When Bridgerton came out as a show, the audiobook was like a 60-week wait. Yep. It was ridiculous. But I put Much Ado About You on hold February 16th, and I'm still 4 weeks out from getting it. So my new releases are crazy in my library.
The people who read at my library read pretty fast because I'm always getting the books before the estimated date.
Mm-hmm.
Which is nice.
I haven't Much Ado About You.
I don't. I'm not old.
Due in 5 days. The Switch, Beth O'Leary, I have that.
I'll Be the One by Lila Lee. Did you read that, Lisa?
Yes.
I put that on hold January 28th, and I'm still 6 weeks away from getting it. So I just think they might not have that many copies.
You can see how many copies they have.
How?
Just go to the page and then scroll down.
How do we feel about reading ebooks on the Libby app? Because I don't really do that.
Oh, I do not.
It's available.
Yeah, that's why. But I do not like reading.
You do it to the Kindle, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can't do that in Canada.
It goes on your Kindle?
Yeah.
How do you get it to go onto your Kindle?
Okay, we open the world for Jessica.
That doesn't show up for mine.
Oh. That's weird.
Yeah, it is.
Unless I didn't do something right, because I clicked on it and then I could read it through my Libby app on my iPad, but not on my...
Maybe your library isn't connected or partnered with Amazon. I don't know.
There's instructions.
Check your settings.
Yeah,
you can find
it. Okay. 6 months.
Damn.
Dang. I don't think I've had to wait that long yet. Yeah. The longest was for House on the Cerulean Sea. That one took maybe 3 months.
I wanted to get Evelyn Hugo. And let me look what the wait is. Still.
Oh, I listened to that through Libby.
The wait is over 6 months. It came out so long ago, so I physically read it, but there's 23 copies, and the wait is 6 months. 230 people have reserved this book.
Oh, wow.
Yo, why do we like The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo that much?
Oh, good.
I really liked it. I didn't love it, definitely didn't love it as much as Jessica did.
Yeah.
I do not just like sob reading it.
Why did you cry? I'm very confused.
You even have to ask why I cried.
Yeah.
You're
At the
talking
end,
to
like,
two. Well, actually, Lisa cries a lot, but
I never
cold-hearted.
cry in books. And then I was bawling when I read We Are Not Free by Tracy Chee. I was bawling in the car driving home because like,
well, that has to be. You have to cry. It's history.
Oh my
like,
God.
It's
and then
cruel.
I was reading Evelyn Hugo at night on my couch and my dogs were like horrified because I was like, I couldn't breathe. And me. How did you not cry in Evelyn Hugo?
I said that, is it too cruel to give this book a 2 stars, but it'll be wrong to give this book anything higher than a 3 stars. So I settled for a 3-star rating.
I give it 4.
What?
But at the same time, I struggle with Taylor Jenkins Reid. I'm like, she's so overhyped for me.
Agreed.
The ending was really nice, but did not cry.
With like, I don't want to spoil anything, but like with people, things happening to them, one after the other.
This book almost made me cry though. Lush Money by Angelina and Lopez.
Is that the Harlequin?
Yes, it is. But the narrator was so good. There's a scene towards the end that's just so heartbreaking, and the heroine is crying and she's like sobbing, and it comes across through the narration. I was just like, oh my God, I feel
Wait,
so
is there a
terrible.
different cover for this?
Yeah.
Lush Money?
They changed it, yeah.
Yeah.
Finally has
it.
I have
But
this
I
book.
love this book. You should read it.
How does your library have so many audiobooks?
No, I have Hate Crush. I don't have Lush Money. Lush
I
Money
guess
was the one.
have a really big budget. But I discovered this one while I was looking through new releases that the library acquired. This one was quite dramatic and a mess, but I love the cover.
My Hoopla has all the Ruby Dixon audiobooks. Oh, my Hoopla has Lush Money. Well, I'm going to borrow that. I have to read that Valerie Bowman one, though, that Lisa recommended first.
Oh, which one?
Oh, yeah, The Footman and I.
Yeah.
I still have the book number 2 on my shelf that I have to read, and I started it, and I was like, oh, this is so cute. I need, like, the perfect mind space. Like, you know, everything has to be smooth in my life to start reading this, to fully enjoy. Yeah.
I'm so excited to read more Sherry Thomas, though.
Mm-hmm. I'm curious to see how you feel if you continue the Fitzhugh trilogy, how you'll feel about book 2.
Well, is that the sister that was like with a married guy?
Mm-hmm. Oh, wait. No. It's a brother.
I was annoyed they kept on like going off on that plot. I was like, bring me back to like the main couple.
Yeah. The second book is a brother.
I do want to read Delicious, though, because that's a foodie one.
That one was really good, too.
Mm-hmm. But I read Big Island Beauty for a specific video that's coming out on Monday.
Ooh, Big Island Beauty and Lisa Kleypas. Okay.
And My Darling Duke were all in this video I did.
My good recommendations.
That may have been because one of them because of you. I'm really proud of my thumbnail, so I'm excited for it to. I want to post it tomorrow, but I'm like, no, I've already posted yesterday and today. I need to take a break and wait till Monday. I don't know how people pre-film and then like wait to post, because I'm like, I get so excited I want to post it now, not wait.
Because editing takes so long. Like, you edit 2 times the speed, but I edit like 1 time the speed, and I'm hearing myself.
Lisa told me that you edit at 2 times the speed.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
How do you not like miss it?
Random, pause. That
I noticed it, and then I backtrack and listen to it normal, and then I cut it out.
I've watched a lot of your videos, Jessica, and you know this. There's only one time that I remember specifically where there was the editing flub, where it was just like the voice, just like, and I was just like, oh, she missed that part. But that was only one time out of like the hundreds and hundreds of videos that I watched of yours ever since I've known you before I became friends with you. So impressive.
It is hard. talk really fast that it's really hard to like cut at the right moment because I like bleed my words into each other, which is very obnoxious, I know, but I know I talk fast and people tell me all the time I talk too fast. And I don't know why they feel the need to comment that.
Talking fast is fine.
I don't know what to say.
When someone drags out the words in the video or like in a monotone voice, I'm just like, all right, 2 times the speed it is. Here we go. And just start watching. What?
That's me. I'm like,
you don't talk too slow.
Okay.
You talk normal.
Yeah.
But what I find about you is that you're able to condense the synopsis so fast so that even though your video is like 30 minutes long, you talked about like 600 books. And I'm like, what's happening? I'm like, why is there so many recommendations?
This is how I feel about videos, though. I get so excited that I have to just post them all.
I don't like doing that also, though, because I know the algorithm is just gonna be like a little pain in the butt because like I know that like it's just not gonna work out too well, and then I feel like my followers just don't care about me enough to like watch every single video I post out. So I like to spread them out a little bit so that keep them a little bit thirsty.
They do hate my historical romance videos, though, and it makes me sad.
That is sad.
Which is why I want to do an Instagram specifically for historical romances.
I was thinking of doing that.
But like nobody will care.
Readathon?
No, like just a regular Instagram.
All historicals.
Oh.
Like every post is a historical romance.
Oh, okay.
But it'll be just so much more effort too. Like I find.
What is?
Like to take photos for another Instagram. Like I do that for Harlequin, but like a
completely different one.
Yeah, like a completely different one. But then like maybe keeping the same feed, like theme, but then also different books. It's a little difficult, yeah.
No one watched my Beverly Jenkins video and it makes me so sad.
Well, I know what I'm watching tonight.
You haven't even watched it, Lisa?
What I like to do is that I watch all my booktube videos on the weekend because during the weekdays I don't have the mental or energy to watch videos.
That's fine, I guess.
Just cue them up.
I watch Lacey's video. I don't comment though. I should start commenting. I don't.
It takes time.
Comment?
I just spam. I just spam. And then people are like, what are you doing? Like, why is there like 16 notifications or it's just like bit by bit by bit by bit?
I'm horrible at commenting. So people don't even know I watch them.
Like they're just shocked when you invite them to a live show. They're like, what? You watch my videos? You're a fan of me? I didn't even know. Yeah, I do. I watched all of them. Prove it.
I have, I know Ashley from Bookish Realm just posts watching Heart, and I was like, I should just start doing that so I don't forget or have to think about what I want to comment when I don't
have it copy and pasted. You know?
Yeah, I should.
Wait, but that's a problem. That's a problem though. That gets into a problem where if people just comment about something that happened in the beginning of the video, it feels like you just clicked into the video, watched 3 minutes of it, and then clicked out just to show that you're watching, but you're not really watching, and yeah, that gets gray area. And people got in trouble for that. People were getting called out on Twitter going why are you commenting? Not why are you commenting, but so-and-so is always commenting on my videos. I don't even know if they're watching the full video. And it just became this whole drama thing. And it was on Gossip Guru.
Well, that's kind of dumb. It's whatever. If you don't want to watch the whole thing, fine.
Why do they care so much? Oh my God.
Right. If they want to watch 1 minute, okay.
I think it is funny though how people are oh, if you've made it to the end, make a purple heart. But then you see all these purple hearts, so the person said that, and I'm always tempted to just comment with it, even though I didn't watch it to the end because I know that's what it is for.
Yeah.
The problem with that one where the girl got called out for was because they accused her of doing it only because it will gather more attention towards her comment so that people will go to her channel to go watch her videos and then she can gain subscribers. You know, how on Instagram, if you comment on someone's photo, then that person might click onto your Instagram and then they might like your posts and follow you. So,
okay.
Yeah. So that's where the drama kind of came up.
You're just all in the know of drama.
No, I don't.
Yeah,
that was old drama.
unaware.
That's
I love
tea
drama videos.
from months ago.
I wish people talked about it more.
The first time and the only time I ever went on Gossip Guru was because Jessica said there was something about you. Yeah, and I was like, okay, about you.
Oh yeah. I go on there all the time. I need to know what's happening.
I don't go as often anymore. It's like it's like such a weird forum. I want to search names in the forum.
My mom did. I don't know if my mom's watching. Because like I was complaining about how they were like saying things about me being a teacher and like we're completely wrong. And so my mom just Googled Gossip Guru Peace Love Books XO. And then every time I was mentioned, it showed up. And I was like,
oh my God.
But I meant like inside the forum. Can you do it?
That's
like
true.
If you yeah. Like
but you can
I don't want
Google your name and Gossip Guru.
Yeah, you can Google. That would work too. Put it in quotations.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I just don't know why, like, I mean, I guess I know why, because I don't, but like why we just don't talk about the drama that's happening.
Did you see that there is a channel where it's like BookTube tea and like every week?
Yes. Owens. Yeah.
Like author drama. Is that series still going on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like the one time I talk about author drama, people get angry and stop following me. So I don't know what people want.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll tell you guys a secret. I mean, like I posted my Asian books recommendations to fight racism and I lost like 10 followers right away. And I was like, okay, that's cool.
What?
I was like, all right, like fine, let's do it. Like I don't care. I'm following me.
I talk about Asian books all the time.
Yeah, but I was specifically talking about racism in the community and I was talking about being vulnerable with my emotions and I think they hated it. So they just unfollowed me. And I was like, all right, fine, like whatever, I don't care. Like, what's up? Like,
I feel like you would have gained subscribers from that because everybody was sharing it.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I did.
Right, because everyone was sharing Lacey's video and I was like, oh, that's got to get a lot of views right now.
No, it doesn't. It has less than 800, like it has less than 700 views.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
mine is also not that big either compared to my other videos.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about Asian books. Straight up, dog. Like if I put Asian books in the title, nobody's gonna click into it because it's too specific, I feel like. And then like people like, you're like, no, I don't like that. And stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, I don't care. I'm just doing it for me. So yeah.
Yeah, I guess Lacey yours hasn't gotten too many.
Mm-hmm.
It's just for me, just to do my part to spread.
I like your thumbnails, Lacey.
Thank you. I've been working hard on them.
That one is cute for the Asian romance authors.
Yeah, I like that one a lot too.
And your wrap-up one is really cute.
It's all Canva. Canva.
Don't expose our secrets, Lacey.
Canva and what?
Pixlr.
Pixlr?
Yeah.
Pixlr.
It's like a free Photoshop.
Oh, I know Pixlr.
Mm-hmm.
I use Photoshop. And Canva.
Yeah, I do not have the money for that.
I was like, did you buy Photoshop?
No. Why you gotta call me out like that? There's a lot of sites. There's a lot of things you can do on the internet to get programs if you want.
I also looked up Final Cut Pro because I know people use it. That's expensive. And I'm like,
those applications are just way out of my budget.
Yeah, I just use iMovie.
You used to use freaking QuickTime.
I did. I would film on my phone and use QuickTime for the longest time.
Yeah, I tried to do that once, and I just could not. I don't know how you did it for so long.
iMovie's so much easier now. For the first 4 years of my channel, I use QuickTime.
Yeah.
People are telling me that they edit videos on their phone.
I know. It's from the Book Refuge.
And Desiree edits on her tablet.
Bree edits on her cell phone, like Bree from Falling in Love with Words, Bree Hill. When she was on BookTube. She was doing it on BookTube. Falling for Romance, yeah. Okay, her. Yeah. What was I saying? Yeah, Final Cut Pro. Wasn't it what?
You combine their channel names.
Yeah.
No, what I meant to say was that Final Cut Pro, isn't that like a yearly subscription? Like it's not even like one pay. Like you have to keep.
I think it's a subscription. It's
a
like
subscription. A lot of them are like monthly or yearly.
I bought Wondershare. I used Filmora Wondershare, which is like a cheap version of Final Cut Pro.
I've seen, like when I try to look up, you know, what
video.
Yeah, they always show up.
Some people are really good at editing, but I just do the basics.
Yeah, me too. I'm just talking about books. I don't need anything special.
When people have like really good lighting and like really good audio, this is like quality film production value, and I love it so much.
Because they have mics. Like, they have a mic.
They have mics too. They know how to like sync audio too, and I'm just like, I can't figure that out. I was trying to figure out how to make a TikTok, and I couldn't even do it. And I was like, oh my god.
Trying to do lighting with glasses, I don't know how people do it. I always have like a little glare of my ring light, right? Like
glossy covers too, so annoying.
Oh yeah, the glossy covers.
I'm like holding it this
and then
way.
The ring light is right on top of it.
Yeah. If you look into my cold dead eyes and like my videos, you can see the ring light. Like I'm just like you just zoom right in. The ring light's just right there.
Do we want to talk about our next book?
Yes. We're going back to historical romance. It's with a new release. Is she a debut?
I don't know. It says she loves her readers.
I sure hope so.
That doesn't say any of her other books.
All right, Goodreads time.
Can we see it? Can we see the book? Oh,
yeah.
The Heiress. Oh, girl. Yeah, I think it might be her debut. Her second book's coming out in June.
Yes, it's really pretty. It's like red, pink.
Yeah.
Okay, so not a debut book.
Well, it doesn't say anything about any of her other books she's written in here.
A lot of people like this
She
book.
has a bunch of Harlequins.
Oh shit. I gotta go read. I probably have them on my shelf.
I don't know, how has Lisa not read them yet?
Yeah.
Because I buy them and I don't read them, guys. Like, I don't understand what you guys don't understand. Like, I literally don't even look at covers, names, synopsises anymore. I just look at publication date and I just add to cart and I go, Lacey! Yeah. And I just hit checkout.
You show me the receipt.
Yeah,
I show you the receipt for you.
My last Harlequin haul that I just showed on my Instagram was like $68, which is pretty good. I bought 30 books for $68. I think that's cheap.
I bought my Sophie Jordan lot for like 16 and I got 12 books. Maybe it was like 18. Nice.
I have a Jude Devereaux lot coming. I'm so excited.
I see $12.
Yeah, I saw your story.
Tax.
Is that the one where you got it ripped off? Like you got a Lisa Kleypas step back and it was ripped out? Okay.
No, this wasn't a new lot. This one's a new lot.
Okay.
No, that was a while ago.
Sometimes I tell Lacey, like, did you see what Jessica bought? And then Lacey has to go back into your stories and like watch it. Because she like and I'm like, did you see
Lacey doesn't watch my stories and you talk about it behind my back?
I'm like, did you see her giant box of Simon Schuster teen YA books? I'm so jealous.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't have a date for it.
No. Or a guest host.
Let me see. The last Saturday of April is the 24th.
I have my Historical Hellions live show at 7, but we could do our at 9.
Okay.
Because I think the month ends weirdly. Like it ends on Thursday or something.
On a Friday.
Oh, I didn't show this yet.
Oh yes.
How much was that?
Last live show.
Is that a special?
The cover is free.
Yeah, it's by this person.
Oh, it's fake.
Yeah, she signed it. It's free on like a Google Doc. She shared it. and all the directions are there on how to print it. So it has her
And
name
you-
on the front, but like that's totally fine.
Oh, you got a glossy cover?
Yeah.
I'm
And
thinking
you
of
print-
matching the others. It's like a satin cover.
Yeah, I just told them print it for me. They did.
Is that the new one?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, that's so much better.
Yeah. Though I do think that the ones that just came out are really, really pretty that people have been getting in the mail. Is it a
The
Lumicrate?
Lumicrate? Yeah.
Yeah. Those are
How much
very
are those?
They were like $90.
Yeah.
It was
For
like
all of them?
Something I would not pay.
okay,
For
and
all of them?
yeah, for just the 5 covers and the 1 book, it was $90.
Oh, so they're just pictures for $90.
They're the actual flat cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Like
they're not the book.
No.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I would pay 90 probably for the books too.
Yeah, I'll pay 90 if it was for the books. I didn't think it was just the images. I gotta ask it. Like my friend got them, and I was like, "How much did you get them for?" And he was like, "I need a sugar daddy."
The Julia Quinn box, I was so angry that it was $120.
130.
130, and like, did that even include shipping? Or that
No.
did include shipping? Like for
Yeah, it
3
would have been
books.
total 150 with tax and shipping.
For 3
What-
books.
What's the Julia Quinn one?
The
I
The
Bridgerton
missed
first 3
had
Bridgertons.
these really pretty new cut. Were they hardback? But I
Yeah.
think they were still mass market size.
Really? Are you
Or were
sure?
they, I don't know. I
I
thought
don't
they
think
were.
so.
They
I
might be
think they're
bigger.
normal
They're normal
hardback
size.
size. Yeah.
And they're like,
Oh,
oh,
how do
we're
you
selling
read?
them for $30 on our website. And I was like, $30 for the 1 book? So it'd be $90?
Yeah, individually 30 each, which is still crazy.
Yeah.
So I would
Wait.
not get them.
How do the new
They're-
ones look like?
They're from Once Upon a Time book club.
Yeah, and like with theirs, it was like, oh, at each like chapter, you're supposed to open the gift. Like that's how their box works. And it like correlates with like what happens on that page that they like told you to open like package number 1 now. And I was like, but I'm not gonna like reread all of them to open this book.
Right. Just open all the gifts.
And it's like, what if they're dumb? Like I don't want to spend
Mhm.
$150 on a book box.
Sorry,
I
is it these ones? Like the,
No,
No,
no.
those are the publisher ones. Those are the publisher ones. This one is with a book box.
Which
Okay.
also they like released those covers and they literally came out in the UK in February. But they're coming out in the US soon.
Do you guys like the UK editions too? No, the Bridgerton ones?
Like the illustrated ones.
Yeah.
They're cute, but I wouldn't.
They're not my
The
faves.
new ones with the people.
They originally had illustrated ones.
Yeah. Which were fun.
Mm-hmm.
I have one
I'm
of them.
really excited the tie-in for the second book if they do one.
Yeah. There goes my money.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna buy it. Everybody's laughing because like, I have an Avon contact. I'm like in Canada. Like, hey guys. It's okay.
Avon doesn't send me a lot. And I know Lacey asked them. But then they emailed me about Eloisa James' new book. And I was like, oh yeah, totally send me a copy. And then they never responded.
Where did I put it?
Are you sending me a copy or not? I don't think so.
Yeah.
And I said, oh yeah, I'd love one.
Yo,
And
her
then
hip
it
is
was fun.
weird. Don't lie to me. You know that hip is weird. You know she's breaking some hip there. Nobody says like that. That's a fake hip.
Mhm.
That's Photoshop. She was probably wearing a dress and had to Photoshop her pants on. I'm
Yeah,
telling you this right now.
but like the top half does look nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because then she took off the dress because they probably couldn't find another model. They're like, all right, we gotta Photoshop this.
Does that one have a step back?
No,
They don't have setbacks anymore, no?
No, they
They
do.
did
Last
for
one
the
did.
first 4, 5 books. They didn't have one
did.
for the prequel.
Oh,
No,
you're
the
talking
other
specifically
one.
about her.
The purple one does. And that was the last one in the series.
The prequel?
No, the purple one, not the
Oh yeah,
last
the book before it did. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why this is weird, because this
I
is
got
the actual next book.
I got Lorraine Heath's new book. Pretty excited about that.
You
And
pre-ordered?
then she has a new book coming in June. That's really cool.
Jen got it from Barnes & Noble today. They put it out early. She also got Louisa James's today.
Lorraine Heath?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. It's supposed to come out March 30th, but I already got it in the mail.
You already got it too?
She always gets her pre-orders
Yeah.
so early.
My pre-orders come like a week, 2 weeks earlier than at the release date. And then when I show it to Lacey.
After.
Yeah, like when I show it to Lacey, Lacey's always like, wow, you got it already? I'm like, what do you mean? I thought it was already out. She's like, no, it's not. And I'm like, oh.
Oh, you guys,
Oh my
I
God.
told Lisa already, but
I
Pirate Romance.
saw. I
gosh.
took a screenshot of your story. I was like, what is this?
Yeah, this is my first time hearing about it, and it sounds so good.
I'm excited.
Modern day pirate romance. Dark pirate romance.
I want to read that.
Dark. Dun, dun, dun.
I'm going to Half Price Books tomorrow. So I'm going to buy some historical romances.
Mm-hmm.
Do you set a budget for yourself, or are you just like, nah, I see what I see, I like what I like, I buy what I buy?
Yes.
Nice.
I don't think I've ever walked into a bookstore with a budget.
Right.
I mean, if it was Barnes and Noble,
True.
you would be more like, I don't want to buy it. But thrift shops are different, yeah.
Riley,
I don't know what they'll have.
Riley bought this.
Really cheap.
Ooh, The Pirate and the Pagan. I have that one.
I have that one.
And then I just got the dragon one.
The Dragon and the Jewel.
Yes.
I have
Does
that.
Justin have a YouTube channel?
Who?
I don't think so.
Justin, you should just have a YouTube channel. I will watch your videos.
Yeah.
You frequently comment on romance. You're knowledgeable.
Romance channel.
This is your sign to start a YouTube channel. Go. He's like, all right, I'm logging off. I'm not talking to her anymore. This is my sign to stop watching her videos. Hello, Charles.
You guys should watch our interview with Joe Arden.
Yeah, how was that?
That was so much fun. He's a great guy. Very passionate about what he does. And he has a great voice. And he said my name. And he said the F word. So.
In one sentence.
You do not for this. I ordered a Sarah McLean book that I know has a step back, and it's like the floppy, and it doesn't.
Which one?
The green one. No Good Duke Goes Unpunished.
Oh, well, that one's like really old. So I'm pretty sure the later printings don't have step backs.
That's his answer.
No, he said no, and he laughed.
Oh. Very true.
Lisa Kleypas, I hope, has a step back. Because Chasing Cassandra has one.
Probably.
Yeah.
Sorry, was it like, is it part of the Ravenel series?
Mm-hmm.
Or no?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're not making a lot of step backs anymore, though.
Yeah. It's so sad.
It's so
cost a lot of money.
I guess, but how did they have so much money back then?
And the books were even cheaper back then.
Inflation. It's inflation, guys.
Especially now that they're making them bigger and making them $10.
Right.
They can afford a step back.
Yo, the big ones are so like big, and the font is still tiny. Just like, what's the point?
Yeah,
This
and there's
font
a huge margin on the side.
I guess it's just better grip.
Mass market.
Yeah, me too. I was expecting trade.
Me too.
They should have done it.
But it's only 300 pages.
I posted one photo of that book, and everybody commented saying it was so good. And I was like,
you're going to hate it.
no, why would I? It's historical romance. Although I do have, like, I don't really like Gilded Ages. don't really care for it.
I mean, this is true, but we still want it. What is that?
Cat Martin.
Which one?
Silk and Steel.
Oh, I don't have that one.
Wow.
Oh, I had one in my
Pretty.
cart, but I didn't buy that. I got her Highlander one.
Samantha James. I bet you have this one, Lisa.
Yeah, I showed it to you and I said, look, it's a vote. I have to get it.
Oh, yeah.
Which one is that?
Just One Kiss.
Oh, I have that one. I didn't know that was on the back.
I saw Jessica got this one.
I have that one.
Oh, yeah.
This one was my Moby Dick, where I had to like look very carefully to get it because I got one edition that didn't have the setback.
Yeah. And then I'm so excited to read this one because a lot of people love it. Annie
I have that. I don't have that copy.
that's
Oh,
so
that's so
pretty.
pretty.
Mhm.
All right, I'm going to eBay. Goodbye, guys. All right, Lacey, you're gonna get some messages soon where it's like, I want these. Add to cart.
Yeah.
It's a downhill spiral, guys. Payday was yesterday, so we are back on it.
Back in business.
Back in business, guys. We took a 2-minute break, but now we're here back in business with more books. Oh my god. Oh, well, look at that. A 10-book lot from Catherine Anderson. Random mix. Already at the top of my search.
Oh my god. I don't know how you pay all those shipping prices. I would cry.
I just cut off my arm every day, and I just call Lacey.
We have to hold her hands.
Hold my hand. Hold my hand. We got to pay for this $126 lot from eBay.
I've never
Did you
paid
not know? I know. I know nobody has paid. You know what? Who I think did pay? Pink Cow Lands.
Pink Cowland. Yeah.
Cow. So she's from the same province as me, and she buys lots too, and she knows the pain. Like we both know.
My today step back. Oof. You have the hardcover. I saw, Jess.
Yeah, I don't know where I put it.
Yo, that one's a hot one. Look, it's from behind.
Yes, they're on a shade. He's holding a cane, being all alpha.
Does he have a, does he have a lame leg or something? Is he injured? Is he a war hero?
I don't think so. He's Irish. It's rags to riches.
Ooh.
Do you remember Kennedy Ryan talking about this?
Oh, yes.
So I don't know if it had a step back or not, but like there's nothing in there. But when I look at it on Goodreads, it doesn't have one, but I think it's like something. But this is her other one, and it's got this really pretty one.
Ooh, that's
like
nice.
That. I don't know why they wear capes. Like, were capes a thing?
Oh, yeah.
In historical time, like who decided they wear capes?
Did you guys watch Madison Marie? Is her name Madison Mary? Madison Mary. Historical romance book haul. I watched it.
I mean,
and
she always shows me the books that she gets because they're like my books too.
Yeah, all her books are my books. Like I already got them, but it just makes me go like, well, now I need to show up the game and like buy more and like find the next best one. And I'm like, wow, I'm crazy.
All right, well, it's 10:30. It is my spring break though, so I feel like I can stay up as late as I want to, but it's a little late.
I can stay up as late as I want. Go to bed at 10:30.
Excuse me, though it's gonna rain tomorrow, so I can't run, and I'm really frustrated with that. Yeah, it's supposed to.
You're such a grandma.
I'm so mad.
That you run?
It's only, 7:30 where you are?
Yep.
Oh my gosh, it's so early. Anyways, thank you everybody for coming. Thank you, Lisa, for joining us. Sorry we didn't like it. I think I've given the last 3 books 2 stars. Well, I gave Cowboy to Member 3 stars.
Yeah.
So hopefully this is good because I haven't liked anything.
I think I'll read that book for. I think I'll read the book club pick next month to join you guys. Not to like join you as a guest, but like to just like read it and then be like, oh hey guys, I don't like it either, or I like it too.
Well, thank you for joining. Thank you everybody for watching.
Thank you for having me. I made it, Mom.
Anytime. Oh my God, no, but I know we're leaving. But in my new video where I talk about Lacey, I'm like, I know I talk about her all the time, but I'm using her again for this video. So, and then I talked about Lisa's thoughts about a different book, even though I didn't choose you. Sorry, I should have.
Next video.
I already have 4 people.
Wait, hold on. Is this okay? I'll talk to you offline. I'll talk to you offline about this. I don't spoil your.
It was the Jennifer McQuiston book.
It's a what?
The Jennifer McQuiston book that we talked about.
I meant like the whole topic of your new video.
I picked people to read books from.
Okay. I tried to do that with Lacey too, and I got stuck on her last pick, and I just never read it, so I can't film the video. But I read 3 of her 4 choices.
You did all. You were going to do a video dedicated to Lacey?
Me?
Yeah.
I asked her last year for 4 books. She gave me 4. I read 3. Just stop at the number 4. And I'm just like, maybe I should just film it. Just forget about it. Like, forget the last one. It was The Secret, Julie Garland. I should read it, but like, I just can't. Like,
you should read it.
Yeah.
No, I chose 4 different people to read a book from.
Oh, I just did it to Lacey because I asked you, and you said, haha, no. And I'm like, okay.
You did not ask me.
I asked you, and you said, you're just going to hate every one of my favorite books. And I'm like, all right, then I'm going to go with Lacey because Lacey's going to give me something at least.
Did you like her books?
Yeah, it was interesting diving into the world of Lacey, man. Like, she had one book where it was like groveling, and we're going on a tangent, but it was like just 30 pages of groveling. And I was like, what is going on? This is what she likes. And then she recommended how do you say her name? Blanini Singh. Yeah. And that was fun. It was a paranormal romance where I never thought I would read, but I read it. It was great. Okay, that's it.
Okay. All right, well, thank you. I guess we'll leave.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.